Welcome, it's denome. In this video, we're going to review a lot of stablecoins and we're going to pin them against each other to find out what is the best stablecoin out there for your specific use case. And in this video, we're only going to take a look at USD pegged stablecoins because it's easier to compare them to each other. And if you're actually looking for like a euro pegged stablecoin, you can still watch this video because a lot of the coins that I have on my list here, they also have a offshoot for euro or yen or other coins out there as well. So in this video, you can take a look at what I actually think about that protocol. And these are actually the stablecoins that we're going to look for this video. So TUSD, DAI, PAX, RSV, BUSD, USDJ, USDN, USDT, and USDC. And yes, I put them in this order, so you will actually look at the end of the video. And these are the different areas that we're going to give a score from basically 0 to 10 for these coins. So security is one, liquidity, yield, what you can earn with holding that coin, lawfulness, or how well they actually abide the law or try to follow the regulations, how well they actually comply with the regulators, or when they are asked documents, will they give it to the team, or are they trying to escape, or what's happening. And as well as we're going to take a look at the transparency of that coin, and we're going to look at the price stability of the coin, and we're going to actually just take a look at what it is backed with, so you can actually compare the coins together. And these are the coins we're going to take a look at. But now first, before we get started, there are a few things that I want to showcase. First is, what is a stablecoin? So stablecoins are cryptocurrencies designed to minimize the volatility of the price of the stablecoin relative to some stable asset or basket of assets. A stablecoin can be pegged to a cryptocurrency, fiat money, or to an exchange-traded commodity. Basically, these are usually used to trade in and out of coins on the market, but some people actually want to hold these coins because they give a pretty good yield if you just hold them as well. So those are basically the use cases out there. And next, how do you actually find stable coins? So you can actually go to coingecko.com and you can see these tags here if you go to like USDT or USDT or other stablecoin out there. So if you actually click this stablecoins list here, it will open a new page here, and you can see a lot of stable coins on this list, and you can actually look at by market cap what are the most popular stable coins out there. And I did not include HUSD or SUSD for this video, or Gemini dollar or DeFi dollar on this list. I chose different coins for this list, but these are the ones that are here pretty popular according to this one. But not all coins are actually on this list. For example, there's a coin called Usdn, which actually doesn't have the tag here. So I don't know why it's missing the tag here, but it is missing a tag. So this is a coin that I have on my list as well. And I did not include like yield-bearing stable coins. So YUSD is actually a coin that you can mint. It's like a basket of coins that you can actually put here. So it's like this yield farming coin that actually gives interest when you hold that coin. So I did not include that one in this list either, but you can I will give my opinion on this later on when we actually get forward with this. And the next one, or the last things that I want to cover, is that there's a lot of regulatory scrutiny against stablecoins. And for example, EU, they want to fully regulate stablecoins, so they only allow stablecoins that are actually working with the Bank of Europe. I forgot the name, but anyway, they want to regulate this, and I actually made a separate video about that regulatory environment coming to Europe in this video. So basically, you cannot earn yield on stablecoins when that actually passes, but it will take at least a year before, after that passes, that it gets implemented. So there's a lot of time still going forward, but you just have to keep in mind that this thing is always constantly changing. And just a few other news out there. JP Morgan is launching their own stablecoin, so this environment could change at any moment in time when a new law comes into when they pass new laws, or when new players actually enter the field. But this coin that JP Morgan is actually using, it's only used for like between bank transfers, so it's not for the retail investor. So that's another coin coming to the market, but yeah, it's interesting. But now let's actually go forward here. So first one, let's just take a look at TUSD, what I thought about it. So these are the numbers I gave to TUSD, and before I actually show everything here, I did not give 10 for security for anything. I think the highest was 8, because whenever you have a stable coin, none of them are completely risk-free. So that's why I didn't want to put 10 or even 9 for any of these coins for security. But TUSD is pretty much on the high end, but they had some issues there as well, which I'll cover very soon. So liquidity here is 4. You cannot really trade it on almost any exchange between the small alts. You almost always have to just trade USDT or to USDC with TUSD. So you cannot really trade it with alts. That's why liquidity is 4. And this coin is usually for people who want to hold it for long term. Then yield here is 8, because you can actually use it on like cryptocom or Celsius network, and you can get pretty high APY on your TUSD. That's why the yield is pretty high. Lawful is 7. They're really compliant as far as I know, but transparency is 6. Because previously they gave like a monthly statement where they show how much dollars are backing the TUSD token or coin, and they stopped doing that in March, and before that it was every month. So that's why transparency is only 6. It could be actually probably even lower than that, because they stopped doing the reports. So now I cannot actually know how much is actually backed and not backed. So the security is a little bit lower for that reason, and it could be even lower because I really don't know what's going on there, just looking from the outside in. And the price stability is 8 because it's holding its value almost very close to $1. Next is DAI, and this is actually backed by an algorithm. So they have a basket of assets that you deposit into the smart contract, and when you deposit like ETH there, you can get a loan against your ETH in DAI, and then you can spend the DAI how you want, but you have to pay interest on that ETH. But you have other coins there as well, and one of the coins that are actually used for the DAI or minting DAI is USDC. So you have a protocol risk on top of a protocol risk, as well as if the prices of the coins drop dramatically very fast, a lot of people will get liquidated, and there will be like a shortage of DAI because people have to pay out their loans to get their collateral back or get liquidated. So in those scenarios, DAI actually shoots above the dollar mark, which is quite interesting. But there's definitely a risk there, because you have different coins that are just basked in together, and then you have risks on top of risks. And liquidity is only 6 because this only works on the Ethereum blockchain as well as on the decentralized exchanges. Almost no big exchange allows you to do DAI transfers between coins. So you can only do this on Ethereum and the XDAI blockchain. But yeah, it's a decentralized coin, so that's why people trust this. Yield is 7 because you can use it for yield farming gimmicks, as well as you can actually use it. It actually should be 8 or maybe even 9. Because you can also use it on like crypto.com and even the Celsius network. So it's quite easy for people to get yield on DAI as well. So this should be at least 8. Lawfulness is 5 because it's a decentralized coin. And like I said, the EU regulations are coming, the US regulations are coming, and I don't think they will allow these kinds of coins to be transacted with the big companies. So this will only be a decentralized coin for going forward, I think, when the regulatory environment is, when they settle with laws. So that's why I put it 5 here. It could be even lower than that. And this situation again could change in the future when they pass new laws. Transparency is 10 because you can see everything on the blockchain, as well as it's governed by a decentralized autonomous organization. So you can see all the proposals before they actually happen, and you can actually vote on those proposals if you hold the governance token. So that's why transparency is 10. Price stability is 5. Like I said, it has price wings. Next one is Pax or Paxo Standard, and this is security is 8 because they're probably one of the most trustworthy companies out there, and they are actually seeking a lot of the regulatory compliance. So that's why security is 8, and it is backed by real dollars, as well as they actually give out the statements every single month. That's why transparency is 8 also. But because it's a company, That's why I put it 8, because you don't know exactly everything that's going on, and something could happen like with the company. Then if something bad happens with the company, then it's governed by real people, they could be jailed or something could happen. So that's why it's only like these numbers are a little bit lower here. Liquidity is 4, so again, same problem as TUSD. Yield is 7. It could be 8. It's basically the same thing as TUSD. I don't know why I put it 7 here. Lawfulness is 9. Like I said, they are probably one of the most compliant out there. Transparency 8. Price stability is 9. It actually holds the price very, very close to $1. Then reserve. And this was a little bit of a surprise. The numbers are actually quite low here. So security is 6, because reserve, it's actually backed by a basket of stable coins. So it has USDC, USDT, I think Pax was there, and TUSD was there, at least DAI was there as well. So when you hold RSV, you actually hold all these coins together, and that creates this massive like risk on top of risk situation. That's why I put the security as 6. But the good thing about this is that if one of these actually fails, then you will not lose all of your value. So that could actually bring the security higher. But I just wanted to put 6 here because it's not really battle tested yet. As far as I know, it's quite new also. Liquidity is 2. You cannot trade it almost anywhere with coins out there compared to with these other coins. Yield is basically 0 for now. Lawfulness is 6, and I put it 6 here because like I said, they use a lot of different coins out there for the in their basket, and we don't know how the EU regulations are gonna take place. That's why I put it 6 here, because they will probably have a lot of issues going forward with the stable coins, because they use other coins there as well. But they could be this their system is a little bit interesting because they can change the assets that are used to back up the price of RSV. So it's an interesting situation there. It's a little bit weird. These numbers could be too low, so let me know down below what you thought about this. But to me, like transparency even is 7, because you cannot really see anything what they have in there as far as I know. So when I went to the website and I scrolled through the website, I could not see what is actually being backed and how much they have different coins there in their stable coins. That's one of the reasons I put so low numbers here. And price stability is quite low. And again, it's collateralized by different coins out there. Next is BUSD, and this is actually basically the same thing as owning Pax. So BUSD is a coin issued by Paxo Standard. So it's like a white label coin that Binance has. So like every coin out there is actually issued by Pax, and they have the same exact monthly statements with BUSD. So that's why but the liquidity is a little bit higher because you can actually use it on Binance, and it is like the preferred coin on Binance trading, as well as you can use it for the the Binance Launchpad as a yield farming token as well. So that's why the yield here is 8, and you can use it on I think on Ethereum blockchain, as well as you can use it on the Binance Smart Chain. So yield is 8 here, quite easy to access as well. Lawfulness is 7, so I put it less than Paxo Standard because Binance, they are under some fire right now, so that's why lawfulness is only 7 here. Transparency is 8, same as Paxos. Price stability is 9, so basically the same thing. USDJ, this is a coin, I think it's called Just USD. So Justin Sun, the maker of Tron, what is it? Tron network, Tron blockchain. Yeah. Anyway, it's their stable coin, and actually the transparency is quite high on this one. So they have an explorer, and it works similarly to DAI actually. And you can see on the explorer exactly what coins are used for the collateral, as well as you can see the collateral ratios. But that's why the numbers are basically the same. But liquidity is just much lower than on DAI. So that's why that's a big difference there. Lawfulness is even lower than DAI because Tron is basically run in China, so that's why I put it 4, because if it's like a Chinese blockchain, then it's easier for, let's say, be regulated in the United States than, let's say, DAI. So this, but it's of course like when you take a look at the liquidity, if it's a lower number, it could also be a good thing, because if it's lower, then there's less chances that those will be targeted first by regulators. So it could be even a good thing that the liquidity is low, and you can always change it to, or like RSV, you can change it to ETH, or you can change it to like USDT. So, and from those you can change it to other assets. So even though the liquidity is low, if you want to hold it for long term, that's actually not a bad thing. So it's just a number for you to consider. Next one is USDN, and this is on the Waves blockchain. And I made a separate video about this, how you can actually earn up to like 16% APY with when you stake USDN on the Waves exchange. So you can watch that video. But security here, I put it 5. It could be even higher than that. But for me, when I was actually trying to look at it, the numbers here are so low because the Explorer wasn't working. So when I tried to access the Explorer, it just gave me a white page with error code. So for that reason, I put so low numbers here. But the liquidity for this coin is actually very low, but the yield is quite good on the staking when you stake it on the exchange. And the Neutrino platform, or the Waves exchange, you can actually get not only USDN, you can get like EUR-N or Yen-N or Canadian dollar yen or Australian dollar yen, yen, Australian dollar neutrino. Yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, you have different coins for this platform as well. It's quite secure, I would say. But again, it's backed by an algorithm, so there could be some bugs there. And if the price of Waves would drop, because this is mostly backed with the price of Waves, that's why the security is a little bit lower here as well. But mainly these numbers are so low because the Explorer wasn't working when I was trying to access it. So that's why the numbers are that low. Next one is USDT. So let's take a look at that one. So USDT security, I put 5 here because this is the coin like that most regulators are looking at to crack. And they have been, it's issued by the same people who are behind Bitfinex, and the Bitfinex guys are wanted people basically, and they're always asked to provide more documents, more proof that they actually have the funds. And because USDT is so big, that's why the security I put a little bit low, because that's the risk that you carry, that it is the coin that is that the regulators are looking at the most to take down. So that's why I put it as 5. But it doesn't mean it will get down. But yeah, they are basically working around the world, and I think USDT website, it was it like Tonga? Yeah, it was registered in Tonga, which is an island somewhere, somewhere near Australia. So yeah, I feel like the lawfulness here is very low as well. But because you can still use it almost everywhere, and still almost all exchanges use USDT, that's why the lawfulness is not like 2 or 3 or 4, because you can still use it and it's completely legal still. But it's just that the regulators are trying to attack it at like every chance that they have. So that's why I put it as 5, because that's the risk that you carry, because it is the biggest stablecoin out there. But price stability is very, very good. And liquidity, that's the like absolutely the best liquidity out there for any stablecoin out there, as well as the yield. You can use it for yield farming. You can use it on multiple blockchains. You can use it on every exchange, every platform that gives yield on your stablecoins. USDT is one of those coins. So that's why I put the yield as 10 here, because you just have more options with USDT than like TUSD. But is it like, even though the yield is exactly the same, for example, on Celsius network, I just put it as 10 because you have more options with USDT. And finally, USDC. This is the coin that actually got basically the highest score out of all these coins. So security I put as 8 because they are really, really compliant, probably even more compliant than Paxo Standard. And they have been working with the Federal Reserve, as far as I know, as well as the liquidity is actually quite good, but nowhere near as close as USDC still, but it's still better than the other coins out there. So USDC is the second most liquid coin out there. Yield is again the same basically as USDT. Lawfulness is 9. Transparency is 8. This could be even 9, but again, it's a company that is running it, so we don't know exactly what's happening behind the curtains. Price stability is really good, and it's backed by real dollars. So if you're looking to store your money for long periods of time, USDC and Pax are basically the best ones out there, in my opinion. If you want to trade, USDT is the best one. If you want to earn yield, then you may have to use DAI or BUSD or even USDC you can use for yield farming. So that's basically my review of different coins out there. And from this mixture, I don't know what your specific use case is, but you can basically make your own mind what I think about different coins out there. And some of these numbers are too low, too high. Let me know down below what you thought about this. If there are new coins added to this list, unfortunately, I cannot update this video later on, but I hope this video helped you find what makes a good stablecoin. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you like it. Consider subscribing and adding a comment down below, and I will see you on the next video.